get started with today's little double up. The first hand we get is pocket fives. Land trip's brilliant, so we put a bet out here. Out of position. We don't really want to be too soft with this because there's quite a few hands that could draw and beat our trip, so happy to take it down there. Next hand we get a raise, we're just going to let that go in a small blind. I try to play very little in a small blind, if you don't mind. So we're trying to get from €5 up to €10 each time. You'll see that I've already started a little bit higher. That's because you just missed out on me catching a straight and got about an extra euro profit from that. 9-6, everyone's getting involved in this, but there's been a raise, so I'm just going to let that go. In the big blind with 5-10, I mean, I'm only playing this if it's costing me nothing. I'm just getting out of the way even for 5 cents, it's not worth it. Jack 8 on the button. It's definitely worth getting aggressive on the button, especially at these stakes. People don't seem to fight back at you, and when they do, it normally means they've got it. So I'm happy to put out an extra. Is this a free bet? It's like a raise of the limper, just to get a bit more money in. And the reason I do that is because even if I miss, I can still fire in position, representing any board. So I'm representing the ace here, and sure enough, it gets the limper out of the way, because a lot of people limp with less than an ace. So maybe have a small pair like sixes or something. Up to 6.59, get aces on the small blind. Might be able to get some action. Free bet this out of position. And honestly, I'd rather take this down now than go to a really dangerous flop. So we need to scare off all those dodgy hands, and we want the jacks, kings, queens to still call. To be honest, I think a kings would re-raise, which is fine for us. We just get it all in. Goes back to the button. He's thinking about it. So this is recorded afterwards, so I might forget how I played, but it was only a few hours ago. So yeah, he folded that one. So 6.76, no problem. It's only a 14-minute video, so I don't need to do any edits or cuts. This is just literally the hands that were played before the ultimate. Now remember, the ultimate is either we double up, we get stacked, or we just run out of time. But bear in mind it was only a 14-minute video. I either get stacked or I double up in, 14 minutes. So what happened there? So I've opened up on the button. Yes, it's 10-3, but it's only four-handed, and I can easily get out of the way. If anyone shows any aggression, no problem. I'll just fold and move on to the next hand. But it's too good an opportunity to let that go. And obviously that's been re-raised, so I'm just getting out of the way of this on the button. We don't need to call 3-10. In fact, I already speed fold and get out of the way. Queen 2, not impressed with that. I think I'm just going to let this one go. And we do. Jack 7's reasonable, four-handed, so I'll open that. Again, fold if the button re-raised to us. We wouldn't want to be playing that, depending on the odds. So we're in position, four-handed, against the blinds, and they both get out of the way, which is fine. And we move up to 6.68. 6-4 under the gun, absolutely no point, get out of the way. King 8 offsuit, again, not really interested in that, just going to get out of the way. Now obviously we're going to open ace queen. We get a raise, so we can definitely free bet this, because I mean, if you look at the guy, he's only got 73 behind anyway, so the maximum we're going to lose is 80 cents. And with a hand like ace queen, we might as well just get it all in, quite happy to. Great flop for us. We've definitely got the best hand. Well, I can't say definitely, but he donks into us. He's only got 28 left, so we'll put him all in and see what he's got. And turns out he's only got 12% chance. He's basically looking for a 10. Doesn't happen, we take it down. So we're jumping up through the levels up to, where are we now, 7.47. I'm going to stay for a little bit longer. I'm not going to go up to €10, maybe up to 11, because of the fact that we started on 6. That was an easy fold there, Jack 3. Queen 3 on the big blind, we're not going to get involved unless it's free. Another big blind, 2-9. The only problem with playing four-handed is, of course, if you're doing fast forward, four-handed, you end up paying a lot of blinds. But at the same time, it means you can open up a lot wider. 2-9, just get out of the way. King 9 on the button, we'll open a king on the button, I'm pretty sure. We do. It's only a short stack and a small blind. You should always be aware of the stack sizes that you're betting into, because sometimes, You know, a hand like suited connectors is great to play into big stacks, not shallow stacks, because you haven't really got anywhere left to go. If you get re-raised, just kind of get out of the way. King 9 is good, we take it down. 9-2 on the big blind. Again, this is one of those I'm only ever going to look at if it's for free. And, oh, we do get a free look at it, very nice. Not much going on there. We'll check folding. Only a 5p bet, that's interesting. Still, get out of the way. It's not really worth investing more into that. Suited jack on the button. We've had a min raise. Not really convinced as a good hand to play there, so get out of the way. 9-7. Again, that, you know, you could argue it depends on who you're playing against. If that wasn't under the gun open, I'm more likely to call with 9-7, because, you know, if you catch against an overpair, there's a real good chance of stacking somebody. But if somebody's opened in late position and you've got 9-7, they could also have something very similar, you know, like 6-8 or 10 jack. Or so it's best not to sort of take those risks with weak hands, unless it's against an under the gun opener who you think you could stack if you flop good. Just a limp under the gun. We're going to open this up. Bit risky because it's under the gun, but it's only going to cost us 20, and we'd probably raise to that anyway. It's an okay flop to represent this, so we'll continue with the... Oh, I've just checked that. That's interesting. I would have probably donked into that. This gives them a chance to bet into us. I'm definitely calling now. And now we're into check call mode. If I'd have bet first on the flop, then I could be continuation betting. But the fact that it's all slowed down. Well, I guess we'll have a bet on the river. No, we're checking. We're going in proper check call mode. That's giving him a chance to bet and win this hand. I don't know. I don't think we played that very well. I think if we probably would have lost less there if we bet into on the flop. Never mind. 697. How would you have played that hand? I think you might agree with me in hindsight that perhaps we should have played that a bit more aggressively. Let me know. Comment down below. Remember, I'm just learning this as much as you are. But I like to think I make the right decisions, and then I look back and go, perhaps not. Never mind. Queen 5 is a fold against a button open. You notice we're not doing very much free betting, bluffing. Open the king queen definitely, because at this level people just will call you free bet regardless. There's very little point free bet bluffing at this level. 20 an hour and upwards, definitely it works a lot, but there's a time and a place for getting aggressive. Definitely calling that. It's only a 5 cents. He really should have bet bigger there, because now we've caught a flush, so unless he's got a suited ace, I think we can re-raise this. Decent size. See what he's got. It's a bluffer. It's coloured in orange. He's bluffing. And he calls. He had... What would he be calling with there? It was a big raise. I was basically shouting out, I've got a flush here. He only had a jack. So he caught top pair on the river. And that's a guy I've marked in orange as a bit of a bluffer. 2-3, get out of the way. So we're up to 8.48, looking good. Heading up towards our double up. Or... do we get stacked? Hopefully not. That'd be really disappointing after all my hard work. 3x open. Not much sure why I'm still standing around in this hand. It's an easy fold. There we go. Out the way. Ace 8. It's under the gun, so we're not going to get involved. Maybe on the button, but not first to act. 5-6 again. It's one of those. It's okay if you're on the button and you've got under the gun open, but not otherwise. Jack 8 gets folded. King 2, possibly. I'm obviously getting bored, so open it up. But we would fold if the button come over the top. We would just have to fold this, because you don't really want to be out of position with a weak hand like King 2. We do get raised. I think I'm going to get out of the way here. There's no need to continue. Good choice. Happy go lucky. Next hand. See, we're straight back into it in the next hand anyway. King Jack, this is what I mean. So we've got an under the gun limper, but we've got a reasonable hand. Oh, the raise comes in there. That's kind of thrown a spanner in the works. We get out of the way. Never mind. Another one of these suited kings, but this time we're on the button, so we can really get aggressive with this. We're definitely going to open if it comes to us. So we get a raise. You could limp behind, or you could actually throw in a bit more of an aggressive bet here. But if we call, at least we can catch. We get trap if we get something good. Goes three-handed. We can definitely flat this. We've got middle pair, backdoor flush draw, and a lovely turn. Which, oh great! And he's betting into us again. So I think we're just flat. Just catch this. There's not much else that can beat us now. I mean, if he's got a jack, then happy days. He wants to check down, so that's kind of the surrender flag. Let's put a bit of money in. That's quite a lot of money in. Let's see if we can get him to call. He does call. Nice one. We take it down. A €5 pot. So what he had done, maybe he had a weaker 6, like 6-7. I'd be surprised if he was calling with top pair. Maybe thought we were bluffing. Yeah, he had ace jack, so he had a top pair, top kicker, but you know, I made it pretty clear that I was stronger than a top pair there, so it was a 70% flop bet with top pair. So that guy will be coloured in dark blue next. That's a person who can't let go of top pair. So we've made it up to the €10. We need to get up to a little bit more because you missed out on the first Euro win. So I'll let you watch until we get about 11. And if we do, happy days. And if we don't, we can just stop there. Let's just not get stacked now after all the hard work. Going to flat this 4-way, 9-10. We get top pair, but against 4 people, I'm not convinced that this is going to be the best hand. We really need to see a 7 before anything else happens. A pot-sized bet. I don't know much about that guy, so let's see what happens if we all get involved. Okay, that's not helped us at all. So if he was bluffing before, he's got more leather. He's betting too big. We'll get out of the way. I'm not sure if calling that was... I mean, if he checked the turn, we could have then bet again, but probably best just to get out of the way of that one. King 4 in a small blind. It's going to be a fold. Speed fold. Get out of the way. King 7 suited. Big blind. There's a chance we could call this if we open, just put a small blind. But we don't want to be out of position. Just waiting for a decision. And we do get the raise. We can definitely flat with a suited king. Catch middle pair, so it depends how he acts on this. We can definitely float a flop and then see if he checks turn. If he checks straight away, we can put a bet in representing either the king we've got or stronger. And that should be enough to get him to fold. Is he going to do it? Oh, he's tempted. Or has he just left the table? Yeah, he puts it down. So that puts us back up to 10.50. Suited ace, I like these, so I'm going to open that. Oh wow, no, we fold the suited ace. I understand, because it's under the gun. Maybe because we're just trying to conserve the chips we've got. I wouldn't argue if somebody opened with a suited ace under the gun. This is a good chance to 3-bet. Suited ace in the small blind. Alright, so I fold under the gun, but I 3-bet in the small blind. Interesting. We get the call, so the only option now is to play aggressive unless we're met with aggression. So we'll chuck out a little bet here, representing the super strength that we don't have. We get a call, but that's a nice turn, because unless he's calling with a queen, we can fire out again. It's a bit brave, but we know what to do if he calls it. And turns out he folds. So that, I think, is enough to stop the recording there. 11.58. So we'll sit out, play a few more hands until we're forced to sit out. We'll just fold the ace-9. On the button, could have played that, but that's it, game over. Alright, so we went from €6 to 11.58, something like that anyway. So that counts as a double up, nice one. Ready for another session? Coming shortly. Okay, well, I've been Happy Go Lucky. You've been watching some poker, basic double up challenge, bankroll challenge, trying to get from 5NL to 20NL. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.